All right, finally back with this. Man, our upload schedule is
Our
really,
pacing
really
is
bad.
awful. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
We ended off
I know.
Andrew with only one
Terrible.
episode, and now we're doing this.
Take like months
Yeah.
off. Don't tell anybody
Crazy.
about anything.
Crazy. It's like a
Yeah,
dad leaving a
yeah.
family and then coming back 3 months later.
Yeah,
You left for those
Well, he
cigarettes.
came
again,
back,
Knock?
Yeah.
but 3 months later.
yeah. Jacob is talking from experience.
Oh, unfortunately.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a dad,
yeah.
who puts
Yeah,
his
as
shit-
someone who's had his
I was-
father happen to it, and as a father, so.
Oh, I was implying you were the dad. You were the one that went out for
Oh
cigarettes.
no, I was implying to happen both ways. Like my dad did it, and then I ended up doing it.
it's a chain.
Yeah, it runs in the family.
Abandonment.
All right, just so we're clear, I am joking.
He's not.
No, I never came back.
All right. Me
I never went there.
me saying that will now like plant a seed of doubt in all of our viewers.
Exactly.
Like,
All who
he's
trust.
not joking.
Maybe Brendan, this is a
I think this-
trustworthy one.
I think this might have been a failed attempt because I'm playing pretty slappy. Yep.
Also, can I say I love the skaters?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah, one of my favorite things about the speedways in this game is how they all have unique, flammable things. Like, you see these guys, like, scream in horror, like, right before they're about to be flamed. I love that. So yeah, this is yet another speedway, and, this is a much better attempt. The last one was way, worse. And sloppy, and bad,
I like to think Spyro is just destroying their ecosystem. Like just,
Oh, yeah.
they're just trying to live a happy, normal
Yeah.
life. And Spyro's
Oh yeah,
like,
there's
causing
no real.
havoc.
Yeah, like the reason he does this is for gems and eventually an orb. He's willing to like slaughter a lot of people for gems.
For gems.
They're not even enemies. They don't hurt you if you
No.
try. Like if you just stand by them. The other like the levels they have an excuse because like yeah they try to killing you. It's fine. But here no, they're just enjoying life.
And then one day, just the village was burnt down.
You know I want more of this. I want more evil Spyro.
Evil
I want to commit genocide.
I'm gonna kill everybody for money.
orbs.
Why does Spyro sound like Sonic? Hey, I'm Spyro! Spyro the Dragon!
You don't sound like Spyro.
What you see is what you get!
hey.
Just a dragon who loves adventure!
You're ready for a more serious challenge.
Well, meanwhile, Hunter's like, I just finished building that igloo. Now I'm gonna freeze to death.
Great. I'll tow you behind my snowmobile.
Right.
And you maneuver through the rings.
Spyro, do you know how cold it
I
is
don't have
out
any
here?
boots.
Man, we survive in like negative 20-degree temperatures.
Oh, okay, I guess not.
He just has
We'll just joyride.
he just has a scarf, otherwise he's naked on a hat, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the original game, this was actually a lot easier. This is one of the few challenges that they made harder in Reignited. I couldn't tell you what is harder about this. I just know I've never failed the original game's challenge, but I usually fail this one at least once or twice a playthrough. I don't hear, so let's pretend I don't ever fail this because I'm an epic Spyro
Alright.
gamer pro, man.
Why do we even need Hunter? Like, Spyro can fly.
Oh, okay.
Hunter.
Shut up. Shut up.
For a second, I thought he was on a jet ski. I don't know why. Then I realized, oh, wait a minute, it's frozen. That's probably not a good idea.
Also, I do remember doing this.
Dude, Jacob, my entire life I thought that was a jet ski. I never looked close enough at it.
Oh, really?
I do remember doing
Yeah,
this.
I never thought about it.
Yeah, he has a snowmobile right next to him. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just I guess because I'm used to the PS1 version, and I don't know if it's actually a jet ski in that one or if it's just low. You know,
Right.
it has like 3 polygons, so no difference.
Alright, well, I guess we'll figure it out later, I guess.
I mean, I could go back in my
Yeah,
original
we'll figure
footage.
it out.
I still have all my old footage, my original videos.
Yeah. Also, for a minute, I thought the game just like crashed. It's like,
Wow.
Thankfully, no.
Oh, looks like the save data corrupted.
Well done, Spyro.
That would suck.
14 talismans.
Yeah.
You'll have to
I mean, I love this game, so I guess replaying it wouldn't be the worst thing.
I can help you out a little bit.
Yeah.
I tamed some pterodactyls from Skelos Badlands.
So,
They'll be
time
dropping
to
an
face
object that you can
Gulp.
use to
Yes.
fight Gulp.
Also, what kind of a name is Gulp?
Someone who gulps.
Yeah.
I mean, you ask that, but like, in this...
Does he gulp lots?
Yes, he gulps lots. Anyway, you ask that, but like, let's look at the Sonic series. You have Knuckles, because he has Knuckles. You have Tails, because he has
What
Tails.
does he gulp then?
Fairies.
What does he gulp?
Well, at least he attempts to. Yeah.
Does he gulp anything?
Yeah, he'll gulp, sheep, metal barrels, bombs. Probably not healthy for him, but he does.
Oil.
Rope? It's all
It's yours, my
As
friend.
long as you
It's
have
so
enough
cute.
rubies. I just did the hand motion, but no one will ever see that, so that's completely pointless.
You put in the effort.
As soon as you said rope,
Yeah.
I was like,
You're like,
oh,
that's
I
my
gotta say.
Oh wow, camera.
So this is probably the hardest fight in the game. I still really like it, but like the challenge. Oh, pretty sure I failed this one almost immediately, but then I do it almost no hits at all my second attempt.
Yeah.
And you hear I'm like, I think I commit suicide here, or I don't. I don't. Never mind.
Yeah. Wow. Spyro really knows how to act that out.
Yeah.
The fact that I don't remember doing this just points out the fact that I never get past like the second.
I mean, to be fair, this is 2/3 of the way through the game. But I had an awful attempt here, back there, but now, like this, I do this almost perfectly. So, I guess I redeemed my Spyro gaming abilities, maybe. But yeah, this
I should be done with this game.
you should.
Yeah.
It's so good, man.
Looks really good on PC.
Yeah, a very well done remake too. I don't know if I've talked about my thoughts of Reignited as a whole in this playthrough. The Spyro 2 remake isn't as good as the Spyro 1 remake. There's definitely a lot of like design, like graphical changes I'm not a fan of, like the way some levels look or character redesigns. Like I really don't like the way the monks in Colossus look compared to the original versions. But gameplay-wise, I still think it's better, and honestly, the design changes aren't a big enough deal for me to really care that much. Oh,
Apparently Spyro has a rocket system in his throat, by
I
the
know.
way. You can just launch those
well,
things.
I mean, it makes sense. He can breathe
That's
fire,
true.
so like, yeah, he launches the rockets.
You think he's got a targeting system in there too? It's just like
Lock and loaded.
Yeah.
Anyway,
sorry.
yeah. This fight is actually really interesting. Basically, these pterodactyls will drop various weapons, and you're supposed to use them to attack Gulp. And Gulp can use them against you too. So, if he swallows like a bomb, he'll like vomit out fire explosions at you or something. Yeah, it's like a really cool idea, honestly, and I do like it a
That
lot.
is one thing, like the Spyro games I feel did a lot better than like the Sonic adventure games or like Mario 3D platformers. Like the boss fights are actually fun. Like they look engaging.
In 2 and 3 at least.
Oh yeah, in 2 and 3. Yeah, 1 I don't
Funny.
qualify.
I just see Brendan he just grabs the missile just to
Yeah.
turn away and fire it at Ripto.
Oh yeah, that's a skill point.
Is he? Ow!
That's a skill point, but yeah.
Just like one hit kill.
I was shocked I was able to hurt Ripto without getting myself hurt. I still rarely am able to do that.
Also, I think this.
Yeah, that's what I say. It is a little jacked out.
Honestly.
Other than that, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Short and sweet boss fights are
Yeah.
good. That's
Don't overstay your welcome.
Most of the time. Yeah. I mean, okay, I should rephrase that because I do think there's a time and place to have like longer boss fights,
Yeah.
especially if it's like a long
Yeah.
adventure game.
Well,
it's like, of course, you want to make the last encounter feel like this big. epic
well,
encounter.
I was gonna say that the final boss has 3 phases, but I love it because it's a final boss.
Yeah.
And the final boss in this game is actually really good. It's one of my favorite final bosses in any platformer. I'd say
Right, you should.
I like.
I guess that's what I should say. Like, save the long boss fight for the end.
Um,
I guess is what I would think.
I was gonna say, why not have the different items like do different damage or whatever? Like the rockets do 1, but like the barrels do 2 or something. Like I don't know. Good.
Yeah, actually, that'd be cool. Because, like, as it stands, it's just, like, there's varying difficulties on hurting them. Like, the barrels are kind of hard to set up. But, like, the rockets are super easy to
Right.
hit them with.
I think my favorite example of probably It's like most of those boss fights are pretty short until you get to like the last one. That one's
Right.
actually kind of longer than the rest.
Which, I mean, I kind of want a final boss to be longer
Spyro,
though.
you did it.
I kind of expect it. It's kind of disappointing when the final boss is really short.
It was
It's
just
like, oh,
outside the castle in
okay.
Autumn Plains. The castle is now free again. There's no sign of Ripto.
Okay, so here they have the incorrect assumption that Ripto is gone and Avalar is back to being free. Ignore that voice crack. But Ripto comes back, obviously, because there's still several parts left in this playthrough.
It's not much, but
I see 11 minutes left on this video, so something tells me
Aren't you gonna
it's
join
about
me?
over.
No.
I do like to say that, like, I do like the kind of like fake out
Oh, yeah.
ending.
Yeah.
So we can send you home.
Especially if it was like your first time playing the game ever, you'd be like, "Oh, I beat the game already."
I'll just hang out here for
Oh, I don't get to fight the little lizard dude. What?
Next game.
Alright.
This part is weird to me because Spyro falls asleep and immediately wakes up.
Where do Laura go? Follow her.
Where'd Laura go? You literally fell asleep
Dragons
for
don't need that much
5
sleep,
seconds,
apparently.
Spyro.
I don't even think that was 5 seconds.
No, that wasn't.
Alora didn't even have the time to walk out of the room. Is Spyro short-sighted?
I think I finally come up with a way to access the dragon worlds from
Or
the
is-
super
Also, that cutscene was always kind of weird to me because it made me think Laura was a bad guy at first because she like pulls up a chair
Yeah.
for him and everything, lets him sleep, and then she just kind of like runs out of the room. It's like,
No,
what?
that's because Spyro deserves a break and he wanted to go on vacation this whole time. She was trying to be nice. How dare you? How dare you say that about Alora, that kind-hearted soul?
should work again.
Well. Oh, where'd that come from? Oh,
So, you
Okay, so here they're just setting up the portal to kick Ripto out, and
afraid not. I
yeah,
persuaded that
Ripto
fat
didn't
bear
like that.
Money bags to sell me
money
a few
bags.
bucks.
Of course. No.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Don't even
Moneybags is honestly the real villain.
Yeah.
be the world's smartest pile of ashes. This is just what I need for a new scepter.
Nice.
Do something quick.
Scepter.
Go, Hunter.
At least he tried this time.
Give it back.
I tried.
Give that back.
Ah, you
Wow.
little fool.
You say scepter, I say scepter.
Scepter.
My new scepter.
No, it's
I'm
scepter.
going to rename
Dylan, I am very skeptical that's even a real
You mean
pronunciation.
very skeptical.
You're right. That actually would have been better.
Wasn't it in like the PS1 game though? Didn't he like actually say Skeptor in one of the lines or something?
I don't know, maybe. The voice acting in the PS1 Spyro games was, you know, typical of its era.
Yeah.
Ripto's still alive.
I don't know why, but I always remember him saying Skeptor in like the original version in one of the cutscenes.
Okay, so this is an insanely pretty hub world. I love it. I'm not doing anything here right now. In fact, I'm avoiding all the gems so I can go to Moneybags and harness his abilities to bash my head into things.
Like all the best things, it doesn't come.
Okay, so you get the head bash here, and you need the head bash to do a handful of objectives in previous levels. So the rest of the part is just me backtracking and doing those.
Okay.
Next part would me actually tackling this hub world and whatever level I decide to do. Honestly, I still haven't recorded it yet because I am lazy, I guess. I don't know.
For shame, Brendan.
You talked to him so many times I thought you just like paid him like 3 times to get one move. Thanks, Spyro. Thanks, Spyro.
I like that in games.
No, I like showing the dialogue you get for declining him because sometimes it's funny. Not very often in this game though. In the original Spyro 2, it's like really lame. Like, oh, come back when you have enough gems or whatever. Usually, not always. Here they did add some more dialogue for him that's more interesting than that. But Spyro 3, there's always a joke tied behind it, and it's so funny. There's a lot of really dark comedy involving him, too.
Oh, that's fine, Spyro. I guess she'll just stay here locked behind a cage for the rest of her life.
My favorite example of dark humor with Moneybags comes from Season of Ice. Which I've mentioned this before. I'm pretty sure on this channel, even my review channel. There's a part where Moneybag says, "Oh, there's a fairy stuck in this hole, but maybe Sparks can fit in it and save her for a small fee." And then if you say no to him, he'll say, "Don't worry, Spyro. I'm sure the fairy screaming will end soon enough."
Oh, wow.
That's so dark. I love it.
Also, we're going.
Okay, so
Also, this tree.
I know.
So
I mean, I'd be surprised too if I got
Like, maybe-
flamed like that.
So this is the worst challenge in probably all of the original trilogy. The Alchemist mission. I ranted about this a few parts ago. I remember you, Jacob, saying something about another mission like, oh, it looks like he doesn't always go the way you want him to go, and he goes in the most weird order. You said that during the Hunter Monkey minigame in I forget what it's called, the desert level. Yeah, and I alluded to that, like, yeah, keep that complaint in mind. This alchemist, he needs to go to Hunter, which is just on the right of that building. It's like 10 feet away, but he decides to go deep in this area with all of these earth shapers that want to bash the skull in. And he does stuff like, yeah, he
looks so happy.
He does. He makes like U-turns like that where he does fake outs. Why?
I just like how happy he looks though.
Well, but Brendan, he's so happy.
I forgot something.
I'm not.
I need to go back.
Now I've played this game a lot, so I can generally. Why?
I like how the running animation doesn't line up with like the path he's walking. It's like immediately pivots.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's very abrupt turns.
Oh yeah, that was very.
I enjoyed it though.
I didn't.
I know you did, but I enjoyed it.
All for the.
Okay, so
really?
I did that one try, but that's because I know this mission. I've played this game so many times.
That's
but
to your brain.
I promise you, if you play this game, you're going to hate that mission with all of your passion, all kinds of passions, actually, like various types.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't know what's wrong with that. And it's followed up with like a way easier mission. Hunter shoots down the Earth Shapers, and you're just supposed to head bash them. It's so easy. I've never failed this before in my life. And what really sucks about this is if you do the Alchemist mission before you get the head bash ability, you can't do this mission. So go back here later when you do have the head bash, suddenly you have to do the Alchemist mission again because it didn't save.
I mean, I do have to admit though, like maybe they knew the mission was annoying. Maybe that's why they had this one be so easy, so you get like revenge on all these.
I mean, that's not really my problem with it though. My problem is again, like you need the head bash ability for this, which you're not going to have your first time.
Yeah.
So there's a very real chance if you're going for everything,
Also,
you have to do the worst mission twice.
Hunter's using the electric arrows from Breath of the Wild.
Right.
We make a great team. Here, I was gonna give this to the alchemist, but I'm a bit annoyed at him at the moment.
So am I, man. So am
They
I.
knew. They knew.
Thanks for the help, Spyro. Now let me give you the
Man,
orb
that
that
mission
we're looking
before
for.
really sucked, didn't it, Spyro?
I know we made that joke like a million times
No.
already, but it's like it's so true. It's like,
It's
it's like why are you withholding?
it's
these?
way worse. He's basically kidnapping children in that game. In Spyro 3.
Jeez.
Just give me the talisman, Hunter. Don't.
Excuse me, Hunter never gives you the talisman. It's always one of the locals in the levels. Hunter only gives you orbs. God.
Got him. Dylan, I would have never made that mistake. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's Shady
never
Oasis.
have
That's the
made
level
that
name. I always feel kind of bad when I forget the level names in this game, but I can't feel too bad about Shady Oasis because, like, honestly, it's
Shorty the
it's the hilltop. It's the hilltop zone of this game.
Okay.
It's fine. I mean, if like big hippos crashing into metal is your thing, maybe you'll get more out of it.
Okay. That's on my list. Not the peacock.
Okay, so a common criticism this game gets is the backtracking is annoying because, like I said, you need to get later abilities and go back to get all the orbs. And
you know, honestly, I'm sorry, you said that earlier, and it's like I imagine like a big hippo game where you play as a hippo and just smash through stuff, and it's like part of the main goal where you platform and
Smash
things. Be kind of cool.
I can see that working. Anyway, a lot of people complain about the backtracking in this game, and I generally don't find it to be an issue because like Spyro levels are so quick if you're just like charging through it.
Yeah.
This is the one level I do find it to be an issue because while you can get to the area with the you know, the thing you need to do quickly, but like it has a gate you need to activate, and to activate the gate you need to get kill 18 enemies. So that means you have to play through a large chunk of the level again while killing every enemy in your path, just so you can do that objective. And that's lame. I don't like that. But every other case of every other case of backtracking I think is pretty harmless. I'm not really sure why so many people hate that aspect of this game. It's just such a small thing in my mind. Also, I always forget the exact number you need. I'm one short.
Yeah.
Do you remember the cake levels from Rayman Legends?
Yeah.
Jacob? Like where you'd like punch your way through the cake?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking with that hippo idea. It's like, you know, you'd like make like a whole game based around that mechanic.
You go
where you like
through it.
smash objects, like make the path
I don't
forward.
know.
Yeah.
I think I could work with a Dig Dug reboot
He's back.
in Pog form.
Everything's back in Pog form.
Even Alf.
Even
Apparently, we live in the 80s again.
I looked on eBay for Alf Pogs, and I was so happy that they exist. I was tempted.
They're basically Simpsons memorabilia at this point.
Yeah, even though it has no trace of The Simpsons on it,
Yeah.
Alf Pogs, it's The Simpsons.
I don't know, was Pogs an 80s thing?
That was an
80s.
80s. Wasn't it? I thought it was an 80s.
I mean, it might have been a thing in the 80s, but people usually associate it
Okay.
with the 90s.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was like the sitcom era.
Well, it's it was in that. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Also, if you examine the line, remember Alf, he's back in Pog form. Alf was a TV show in the 80s, and the fact Milhouse said, remember Alf, he's
That's
back,
true.
implies it's been a long
That's
time. So, Dylan, use your brain!
Anyway,
Okay.
that's a
Dylan is the only person I'm willing to make fun of like this, in like stupid voices.
that's how we
Bye.
end it, right?
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.